and spirits review. Today we're going to be reviewing Saltaire's Breadwinner, brewed exclusively for Morrisons. It's a beer that uses surplus bread, so I don't know if it uses Morrisons surplus bread. And you know, my brother might know about that because he actually works for Morrisons in that bakery, one of their big massive mega bakeries. But anyway, yeah, so it uses the surplus bread and it makes beer out of it. So fair play to that. You know, food should not go to waste in this day and age. We shouldn't be wasting anything. When I was at Sainsbury's, they used to chuck some stuff away. The stuff that didn't sell at the end of the night, it got chucked. And although some of the bread and that went towards cattle farms or something along them lines. So let's give this little puppy a pour. Let's get it on. So, had another cracking day in the garden. I'm changing my garden. I can't show you because my phone's in front of me. But I'm changing the garden around. So the middle decking area, the plants this year were overgrown onto it. Sometimes even a couple of feet across. It's only, you know, like a 12-foot decking, something daft like that anyway. So a lovely golden pour, white head. Not much lacing, but tail carbonation. Oh, there is some sporadic lacing. Subtle hoppy nose. I've got a bit of a blocked up nose. So, been doing the garden all day. And across the road, I've got a neighbour who's she's gone through a rough time with liver or kidney problems. I'm not sure which one it is. She had a transplant and that, and she's got some. It's like pampas grass in the garden. And you know what pampas grass is? You know, it looks great until you try to dig it up. It's an absolute bastard. Well, she hasn't got pampas grass. This is called miscanthus. But pampas grasses are very close. It's very similar in the way it grows and that, but not quite as evasive. And tried to dig it out, didn't I? I went across with a spade, fucking hell. And then I went across, grabbed me saw, started to try and saw the roots. It's been there for about 10 years, so it put up some bloody resistance. Been there a good 40 minutes, pissing about, trying to get it done. I ended up going across with this big metal bar that I've got. Massive metal bar, 6 foot, metal as thick as that, cast metal, all, heavy as they come. And eventually managed to separate the root and take it to work tomorrow and peel the roots off individually. They should come off quite okay individually. But my God, what a job. Yes, it was an absolute mother flucking biatch of a job. But yeah, that's gardening for you, isn't it? It's not all easy. And that certainly wasn't. It's made me red face, I know that. Whew. So, back to the beer. No tangents. Definitely getting a hint of orange in the process. And again, a nice hoppiness to it. Nice, pleasant tasting. Nice bitterness there as well. So I'm trying to get the garden done because obviously winter's pulling in. And I've got dahlias, and dahlias die down in winter. We actually cut them off because the frost will have them. And obviously the nights are starting to get cooler. So I need to move them. So I know what I'm moving. You know, the tall ones, the small ones. I'm trying to do it so I know what the presentation of the garden is as good as I can get it. So it's all good fun, as you can imagine. And as best as I can, I'm trying to get colours in the right place. Although with the dahlias, I don't really mind as long as they look good. And So I think it's going to be every day this week, an hour or two after work, come home, bang on with it, and eventually I'll win, and eventually it'll look bloody good. And that'll be it for a couple of years then. It shouldn't need touching them for at least 2 or 3 years, and before I get bored again, really bored, and think, oh no, I don't like it like this, I'll change it again. I'll never have an established garden because I just get too bored. Now in the work situation, once I've got it established, I'm happy as chips, because I'll add more and more and more until there is that much there. It's like a blooming tour de force garden, or yeah, massive garden on that scale. Good flavour to this, good twang to, I can't see in this rubbish light in here. Yeah, 4.4% anyway, so that's good. Saltaire, now they do a triple choc stout. Young's do a double choc, these do a triple choc, and I've got to say, one of the best stouts I've ever had. Absolutely divine. Only something like that, I think it was 4.8 or 5.5%, I'm not 100% sure on the strength. They also do a triple choc with cherry that wasn't actually as good as the triple choc, which is strange. You'd have thought the cherry would have added something to it, but no. But hey, you know, that's beer for you. Oh my gosh, I've gone from being sweating my balls off to absolutely frozen there, and in a space of 10-15 minutes. I'm hoping to get my hair cut tonight as well. Give it a good blast, because this bit here just does your head in. And you know, it's funny because on here it looks a lot worse. I go to the bathroom mirror, don't look bad at all. I think the bathroom mirror is like the mirror that it's like your perk up mirror. It's like you look in the mirror, you think, well, you know, I'm not that bad looking really. And then you go around shops, you look in the mirror, you think, fuck's that looking back? Although not that I go in a lot of shops these days, to be honest. I went in 3 or 4 today, and the old walking around with a flipping mask on just does my boat in. And they actually kept the mask right over my nose for the most part today, because Nottingham's in such a bad situation with this coronavirus that yeah, it's a thing. You know, it's you know, play by the rules, as it were. So over the next few months, I'm hoping to run the beer wall down substantially and then restock it. With regards to the channel, I think the beer chats are working really well, and I do think that maybe it's a thing where through the winter, because obviously in the winter, well, we ain't going to be going out to pubs, I can see at some stage, so maybe Saturday night, 7, 8 o'clock, getting a load of beers, the traditional top class beers, the supermarket beers, and then letting you know in advance what beers, and do it like a mass drink together, you know, that sort of thing. I think it'd be good. You might think, yeah, fuck that, but yeah, and you'd be right in your place. I mean, this year I'm going to make sure that when B&M have certain beers that I get, especially the beers that I really, really like, that I'm going to get a stockpile of them, just so that over the Christmas period I've got something nice to drink. Definitely got a twang to it, like a marmalade twang. Overall, nice tasting beer. I love the usage of the recycling. As a gardener, I recycle, I save money, and I make money. Years and years ago, when I first started on the council, we used to plant plants like willy-nilly, chuck plants, never keep the bulbs. And you know, now I've turned into that sort of gardener that keeps everything, reuses everything, repurposes everything. And you know, it's a great place to be in, to repurpose stuff. It's like carpets, repurposing carpets to stop weeds coming through. It's a great, although not good if you've got some like carpet, some pink carpet, and you put that in your garden. It wouldn't look great, would it? But anyway, where I am at work, we've got carpets at both locations, and I will be repurposing them to stop the weeds coming through, to help the compost rot down much quicker. Because you imagine, I'm going back to the garden now, but you imagine, you do your mowing, so you get a load of grass and leaves. Grass and leaves, the very best combination together, half of each, rots down beautifully into a lovely compost. And once it covers itself, the middle, the heat makes it all turn to compost lovely. Cover that with a carpet over the top. Stop the weed seedlings coming over and jumping in. Cover it over. Let the compost, it will, you can have a 10-foot high heap, it'll go down to about 3 foot. But you'll have some of the best compost you'll ever dream of underneath. Because the heat will burn out most of the weed seedlings. And yeah, it'll be absolutely spot on. And that's my intention, to do both sides. And my intention is to do herb beds, vegetable beds, fruit beds, flower beds. Nice to have a proper bed, wouldn't it? Hey, job's a good one. But yeah. And it's funny, a neighbour across the road whose garden I took that bloody plant out tonight. She says to me, it's so nice to see you being so positive and so happy, and that. Says, I can really see it in you, your transition from being in a very, very dark place months ago to a very, very much lighter place. Still not out of the woods, obviously. There's no flick of a switch with mental illness and stress and anxiety. There's nothing that just makes you great overnight. You could win the lottery, and the elation of winning the lottery would take away some of that. But, there's a point where it would still come back. So it's all small steps. And remember that out there. If you are suffering, seek help, get help, talk to your mates, get your mates to talk to you. If they think you're being funny with them, it's not that you're being funny with them, it's because you're trying to shade them from your illnesses. I did this, and all but one mate was still right with me. The others you don't really see anymore, but hey, that's life. They'll do what they do, I do what I do, and we'll all move on in our own bubbles, shall we say. That's the word these days, isn't it? Bubble. I'm like that after I've had a few glasses of prune juice wine. I've got some bubbles. Not the sort of bubbles you want to know about, but I've got bubbles. Although, to be fair, this morning, I had some bubbles. Oh. So as it's gone down, it's not naturally a beer that I would have gave a big score to. But as it's gone down, it's, I've enjoyed it. And that's all it's what it's all about, drinking beer. It's enjoying the beer you're drinking, not quaffing it down. I mean, last night, the bloody phone died on me. It was dying on me. I knew it was dying on me. So I had to wolf a beer down. And I hate wolfing beers down. I like to take my time, enjoy the journey. That's what it's all about. Enjoying what someone's brewed for you. Yeah. And I can talk shit with the best of them. But yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. But yeah, there is a journey with beers. Enjoying what you're drinking. Because someone's brewed it. Someone's gone to the expense of brewing it for you. So, thoroughly enjoyable. You've heard what I've said about it. I love the surplus bread aspect. I think it's great. There's lots of people doing it these days. And if they're doing it for Morrisons and it's Morrisons surplus bread, then fair play to Morrisons. Good idea. Don't be chucking stuff away. There's a use for everything in life. Everything can be reused in some form. Recycling, for people who own land, plant trees, do solar farms, if you're rich enough. even in your own garden, planting a small tree, it all takes the shit out of the air. You know, all the carbon dioxide and that. The trees suck in so much. Councils need to go planting trees again like they used to. Yes, it's a swine to pick up the leaves, but those trees have sucked away a lot of the stuff that you were breathing in. Well, something's just happened. So, out of 5, for me, quality. 4.4 out of 5. Same as the ABV, funnily enough. Totally enjoyed it. And a very nice, don't know what that was, can't see it. And a very nice beer. Well, I'm going in there because 1, I want my dinner, 2, I'm freezing, and 3, I need a bath because I'm looking scruffy bleeder. I need a shave, I need a haircut, and I'm starving. And I'm cooking dinner for the wife. Hey, that's life. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Cheers. And for those out there who think I'm on a downward trajectory, no. Far from it. I may overindulge now and again. I may joke about overindulging, but no. Far from the downward trajectory. I've always known that when I do drink too much, and when all of us will go through days and weeks, and maybe even months, where we do drink too much. But if you know you're drinking too much and you feel the guilt, it's those who drink feel no guilt about drinking and carry on drinking and carry on, and are abusive and horrible to people and do drugs and are abusive. People do drugs and they're not abusive. It's all about if you can handle what you're doing. If you can't handle it, don't do it. Simple as that. Yeah. And that's Father Rag. Yes. I'm only 49, but I'm a bit like Yoda. Small. I wish I had his Jedi powers there. Oh, I'd do some things. Oh shit, it's going to die. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Cheers.